Alright. And we're live. Greetings and welcome all to another Sunday live stream. Continuing on with Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. Back to some troll hunting. If I remember correctly. I'm not even entirely sure I did this in the first time I played this. Oh well. Kinda funny that the old half-pike that I already know is impaled upon is can't take it because it's technically stealing. Hello, Kalorima. Hope you're having a nice day. Hello, Elsie.
Ready to advance, ready to defend.
Alright. Just up here. Now, to figure out the best way to approach that so I don't get double teams by all the trolls. What do they even need the gold for? Let's see if we can figure out the path for that one. That where you stop? I'm pretty sure that would get us involved in a fight with gun gear. Maybe on this side we'll get a better chance, although I suspect we'll probably get in a fight regardless.
Wish I had a rabbit to chase and pat. I would call him Rabbit George.
We might have no choice but to engage them all. I mean, we did take two of them down, so it would be a little bit easier. Ooh, no. If he's coming this way, we might be able to separate him from the pack.
Don't let intruder touch hay. Smash it with broom.
Quick shot!
And I'm thinking I could use a specialist arrow here. No. Actually, let's create a friend to help out.
Return to battle, forgotten knight.
A taste of the gathering storm.
Right. Saved our taunts for when he's able to fight again. Triple you.
Pathetic.
Nice. He's stunned for one more turn. Let's just finish him off. Bit of a weird laugh there, but yeah, picking off trolls, so it's not all bad. Right, so we know that one of them will eventually wander over here. Make sure that he actually moves all the way in here. Yeah, Gunga is over there.
Be a good god. I go to bridge duty next. Fresh air, sunshine, small creatures for crushing. Huh? Who that? Don't lean through the touch key. Smash it with broom.
Alright. Let's try a little poison. They're immune to that. Well, they're not immune to burning, I wager. Actually, shoot them with silver arrows. Make you will do more damage. And also step forward so we can actually hurt you. Just shoot normally. We do more damage that way. Right. Not so bad. Right, so we can just move around the back here then. Not all that big a map. And Gungear is over here, I think, so probably can't sneak behind here because of this. Right, so there's another troll over there, but there's no way to reach that because the king is right in front of it. I guess we are gonna have to so go and confront the king a bit. King is indeed in front. We killed, what, 4 trolls? That should have reduced his guard significantly. Right. Could have been worse.
Nowhere is safe from my arrows!
If is a big word here. Looks like none of them got stunned. That's taunt. That worked. Hopefully they will actually focus. Let's try to take down the troll guard first. Might be easier to take down. Alright, Medora. I knew you couldn't knock him down, but let's see if you can cripple him. Yes, are you gonna do something? Alright, that was weird. And you need a little bit of recuperation. And let's see if we can pin you in place. Yep. Keep crippling the king. Reduce their armor. Dang. Oh, yeah, finally got stunned.
Maimed and mutilated!
And one final cripple for you. Nice.
Back on my feet again. Into the fray once more.
And got another
Seven
bit of
grant
hit
abundance.
there. Alright, let's grab all the gold. This now no longer belongs to anyone.
Fortune! Lucky find!
And indeed, the chests no longer belong to anyone. Time to loot. All these big piles of gold and we can't touch them. So silly. Sheet of paper, alright. So we were promised access to some more tenebrium. Seen any yet? Nothing here. Here. Well, I do hope the other trolls don't take it personally that I've killed that king. Well, probably not. I mean, there's still those trolls on the edge of the Phantom Forest. Although I suppose they are the king now. Shovel. Alright, so this is probably all that's in Ibrium then. Shovel and a pickaxe. Well, let's start digging. Yeah, we need to stop by and deal with all we picked up so far. Especially the silver ore, which is just way too heavy, I feel. So, 20 bars of tenebrium is 4 weight. And 7 units of tenebrium ore is 70. Yeesh. And no wonder we go over the limit so quickly. I mean, I guess that makes sense since it's raw ore. But even then... Oh, she can still walk, so we'll keep digging. And may as well top her off. Alright, that's all the tenebrium ore. Can no longer move, that is a problem. And let's put on the enlightened amulet. Now you can move again. Right, so we have got some iron ore, some silver ore. Logs can go to Sam. That should help lighten the load a little bit. How much ore did we pick up? 20. That's a lot! Right, let's quickly go to the end of time. Which one was it again? Need to go to wherever our rooms are. And in that chamber, I think. You should even hear there's this stuff. Open, split this stack. There. And now back to Seal. Because we need to get rid of some junk. And also I need to fill you up. So my goal today is probably to go into the Phantom Forest and see if we can muck around over there, since we are now level 16 and all that. Should be easy enough. I hope. So go to Medora. I know I have an axe somewhere on my person. Specifically so I can chop this thing up. Right, now for the tenebrium ore. I set some aside just to make sure that I have some ore rather than bars, because I might need some more ore to make those specific ones, the shambling mount ones, something like that. There's only so much tenebrium I can feasibly use. Right, Medora can hold on to the rest of that. And we need to do some identifying. All meat that needs to be cooked. I'm gonna get this Morning Star. One-handed. Well, I'll give it to Medora, but don't use those weapons. Wonderful Sarong of Life. Let's see if Arman has a use for that. Sneaking leadership. Yeah. It requires strength that I do not have. Right, at least we are much lighter now. Let's go get rid of some of our trash so we can get some wonderful monies. And then dive into the Phantom Forest. Level 13 staff is better. Let's assume it's better. Anything below level 14 probably isn't worth us keeping.
How lovely to see you again, haver of the beautifully shaped shoulders.
All your hard gold items you can have.
Yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen. No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Yeah, you can also have these bowls, because I don't think I'm gonna ever use these. Right. Please tell me you have something useful for me.
Friend. Your upper chakras are in desperate need of a good scrubbing. Fortunately for you, my homebrewed tinctures will do the job. Or if you're in the mood for something a bit more electrifying, one of my air scrolls might give your system just the shock it needs.
Probably not gonna use the golden fork or knife.
Watch the undead quiver in their moldy boots.
Blank skill books can always be useful. Malachites are just cell fodders. And diamonds, I'm not entirely sure. The deck of cards is just because I like having a deck of cards. You had Elven wand. I thought you had Draconic wands at this point. Hmm. Right. So can at least sell. Probably not sell to you because you're not the right merchant for that. Cleansing waters. Yeah, we probably should swap that out. Tough rope we don't need for you. Right, I said anything below level 14, right? So that's 15, that's 14, 12, 12, 12, 14, 10, and that's his own staff. I'm not gonna take that away. He can keep his own crap. That one also is of no real use to me. Let's swap out the proper stuff. Yeah, let's give him this. Being immune to cursed is probably not better than what he currently has. Similarly with you, probably have not looked at your equipment in a while. Oh, you have a load of silver ore. Alright. Get that to Samantha. Extra initiative or more intelligence? I think the intelligence is probably better. And looks like this is the best we have. Let's swap out this wand.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens. Potions to be muscled. Oh no, noble friend. Your upper chakras are in desperate need of a good scrubbing. Fortunately for you, my homebrewed tinctures will do the job. Or if you're in the mood for something a bit more electrifying, one of my air scrolls might give your system just the shock it needs.
Was this one I was actually trying to put on you? Probably fine. Alright, let's actually put the right sarong on then. Yes. What sarong do you have? Intelligence. That's probably the best one you can have. Let's talk with the Fletcher, see if he's got any more arrowheads that I need.
Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
On the move for
day on the market, it seems.
Red and orange, yellow and green.
Let's quickly head back over to here so we can get rid of that silver stuff. I don't think we have any more spare silver about, right? I mean, I probably have way too much silver as is. That's the stick bag. We have, yeah, a lot of silver bars. And more than enough stuff that we probably can just get rid of. And of course we still need to get rid of the books. Gotta get the library full. And I did not leave any books on anyone else, right? I don't think I did. Right. Send that home to Medora. Also, can we combine this with that axe hat? No, because we are missing a piece. That's unfortunate. Alright, library time. I do hope the seller starts selling you those tormented souls at some point. I know we can probably get some from killing demons and all that, but how often are we gonna run into demons, really? Hopefully not all that often. They can be quite tricky. Alright. All the books. And number 20, I think we have got a couple of those.
Volume 1, Volume 2. But where's the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
The 15, 20. 3 we have already got a copy of. That can go to the redundant section. Number 7 is...
Who placed this book?
that's 9.
Novels? Urak. What mayhem.
7 that goes here. And we did read it, right?
Kajdinar.
Yeah, we did.
Brief history of sorcerers still
And
haven't been
number
returned.
8.
Teleron will have to pay yet another fine.
Cool. Alright. And we had some stray ingredients in my bag. I'll probably organize before I lose them again.
Volume 2? But where's the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
Right. Stamped ring kits. Animal hides. You can go to Medora. Dolls go in here. Sinews go in here. Hair goes in here.
The night
Has to the metal scraps and the leather.
Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom. Stenticken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
The Draxus can go in there. Empty potion bottles.
Volume 1, Volume 2. But where has the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night.
I have plenty of potion bottles still. Right, let's move on. And just go straight for the Phantom Forest waterfall. Alright, time to do some progress. Alright, where did we leave off? I think it's something about a path to the south. We need to get to Hunter's Glen, I believe. Ooh, penny buns.
Well, what's this I've spotted?
Neat. Interesting combination of things. This fantastic conversation that's going nowhere. Let's just go this way. Alright, the mud hunters. And anywhere more we can go this way. We should be able to handle those crab-like creatures, but with even numbers it still could go wrong.
Blood gets so ugly when it dries. Oh there, a word of warning, wanderer, afore you continue on your merry way. See these corpses here? Be a good fellow and take them as a hint that this town isn't the pastoral little paradise it once was. Immaculates, orcs and humans both, have taken Hunter's Edge. Its villagers are now slaves in the mines to the west, or they've been bled dry of their last drop of life, reduced to mere fuel that must light the wicked candle that is Bloodstone. Long as you live in the limbo between coming and going, though, why not have a look at what I have to sell? You'd be surprised to see what a scouring skeleton can gather together in a dying town.
Neat, so he's like Chandra then. That is a fantastic looking sword. I mean, I've got plenty of potion bottles. I'll take your minor healing potions because I can upmake them myself. A cool mask, but not the right kind for me. That's a bit pricey for what that is. And I want at least an ability point if I gonna change my gear. Strength and initiative. That is kind of a good belt. What does Medora currently have? I mean, the resistance is nice. I think this belt is better for her. And I can't equip it from here. Yeah, not gonna pick up any more silver ore. We've got quite enough of that. I was kind of hoping you would have some tormented souls. I'll take your sinews though. Fine ring kit. May as well. If we ever start crafting that stuff. Yeah, inert draconic wands. Could consider making some new wands for our friend. I'll take 2. We don't need rope or plate scraps at this point. What is this? Bow pickpocketing. No, 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 no. Know if I need anything else. Can't check my bags from. Let's see. Those swords are not better than what I currently have, right? No. Not by a long shot. That's one-handed, that would explain that. Right. Versus what she's currently wearing, this is probably an improvement. Yeah, let's make the investment. I mean, I'm not gonna find so wrongs otherwise. That'll do. Anything vital I need to know about Hunter's Edge?
Yeah! Well, don't go round angering Immaculates if you want to keep your vitals intact. Though perhaps it won't be very long before they have a stab at one another's vitals instead. I have the feeling there's trouble brewing between the orcs and the humans in there, and who can blame them really? Just ain't natural for 'em to consort, I say. Only good orc. Well, you know how the phrase goes.
Who are you exactly?
Can't say I remember who I was before the change came over me, but these days I'm a travelling trader of sorts. There's an immaculate necromancer in the village ahead. She's the one who brought me back from, well, wherever I was. She's an especially bright one, you know. Most necromancers can only revive a dead corpse into an animated one, but she manages to yank back some semblance of consciousness too. I don't remember much, but the thrill of trade certainly calls to me. Maybe I was a merchant in my former life, who knows? These days, most undead are busy haunting Sicil or picking the way in the Lucula mines. But I keep a low profile and stay out of sight. Haven't been bothered by an immaculate yet, and I hope to keep it that way.
I met a skeleton that looked just like you. She gave me some strange weapons.
I know the weapons of which you speak. I've even hidden away a piece of one myself. I had planned to pass it down to my son, but or maybe you could make better use of it now.
Oh, take my leave. Well, these are his corpses, so no need to investigate. Did he give me something?
Is that one of them lovely...
Yes. That's unfortunately a part I cannot use, but... You know... Start. Alright, let's craft these arrows before I forget. I could look up where that other kit is for the axe.
Must smell like delicious spit roast round here.
Oh, I could do with a cold drink.
Big pumpkins.
What a deluge!
I suppose we could go do some stuff. Ooh, cats. Arhu.
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter.
It's a wasting.
Arhu, what are you doing here?
I'm watching on with weary eyes how the Immaculates strike again. They've gone from shedding blood among their own to recruiting orcs and cutthroats to do it for them. From what I can tell, the village of Hunter's Edge is this cult's most wretched victim.
On time's a wasting.
What have you discovered about this place?
It was once a quiet sort of village. families and small-time merchants mostly. Recently, it was targeted by a tribe of orcs waving the Immaculate banner. Their leader, Grutilda, is known far and wide for her cruelty and cunning. She oversaw the murder of countless villagers and used their blood to fuel a great number of bloodstones. Once they were dead, they were reanimated as undead corpses and sent to work in the mines of Lacula.
Yeah.
By order of Leandra, the orcs were joined by a tribe of humans from the northern peaks of Tanneroth. A band of male warriors are they, and they devote allegiance to their leader, Jarl. Jarl arrived with his own formidable supply of bloodstones, which means his tribe has been operating under directions from the conduit for some time. Where once they ransacked for base pleasure and material gain, now they do it by the will of the goddess. These are far from the blindly devoted Immaculates of Silverglen, however. The orcs and the humans here alternate between bitter fighting and hostile peace. Personally, I believe they're best exploited through their rivalry. Get them to fight each other, and you can stand on the sidelines and warm yourself upon the flames.
Zandalor lives in this village. Got any pointers for me?
He has a residence at the far end of town. Though I have my doubts he's having people over for tea now that the Immaculates have landed. Know that Zandalor is wily, so beware. If a wizard doesn't want you in his home, you'll know it. Pity the intruder that heedlessly tries to waltz his way into that dwelling. Nevertheless, his house is the very place you'll want to search. The accumulated knowledge stored there is quite phenomenal, and beyond a doubt, one of Leandra's most urgent pursuits.
Yeah, aside from wanting Zandalor himself. Alright, let's get you.
Hey, you! Come on, time's a wasting.
Go that one.
Hey,
Smoke
you!
screen,
Come
avatar of
on,
fire.
time's a wasting.
I already have wildfire.
Hey, you!
Yes.
Come on, time's a wasting.
Right, so he does have some better sarongs. Better than what I currently have.
You. Come
No.
on, time's a wasting.
Is that one of them lovely Baywater belts? Oh, no, false alarm. Just
Never
a few
mind.
yards of intestine.
Right, I'll take my leave.
Hey, you!
You can speak. You don't look like a tribesman or orc, but I suppose I can't be certain. Then again, I've never heard of a dark soul gifted with the speech of the wild.
Tell me about yourself.
Jinxica is my name, and until recently I lived a placid sort of life among the people of Hunter's Edge. The baker might leave me a bit of milk left over from this breakfast. The barkeep stroked my back between filling glasses. I had many friends here, but none so dear as a little trio. A married pair and their daughter, employed by the wizard to keep his home. They spent many long hours squashing fleas that plagued me and shared their warm beds with me each night. If you come to this village to help and not to harm, you might be able to save those 3 kind souls from the orcs that have invaded. Ugh, such misery in our sad town.
What do you know about this wizard?
A kind but private man he is. He set up his home here several years ago, but never remained there long enough before jetting off to tend to some matter or other. The Dark Invaders seem very interested in him indeed. They've been skulking around outside the house since they arrived, but not even one of their filthy vermin can penetrate the wizard's protective enchantments.
The orcs invaded this place.
Would that an invasion were all! They destroyed every crumb of life they could find and sent their filthy rats to seek out those who evaded them. Each life they took infused their strange stones with power. Their queen glowed with delight as a parade of victims were slain before her. It was as though she was taking in a beautiful song. The human tribe came shortly after. They had their own supply of the glowing stones, and the orc queen took no easy liking to them. Still, it seems they are working towards some similar goal. They haven't destroyed one another. Yet.
Yet, indeed. I see you found another feline friend there.
Oh, that bothersome old Tom. No, he and I are hardly friendly, much less friends. I've much more important things on my mind than him and his incessant pestering.
About the friends?
They've survived this carnage so far by concealing themselves most cleverly. I've done my best to guard their hiding place from the slime-bellied rats, attempting to sniff them out. But I fear my efforts aren't enough. Until the village has been rid of vermin, those 3 sweet souls may be found at any time.
So the orcs are using rats to their advantage.
Savages by savages employed. The orcs have one among them, the rat catcher they call him, who claims to have trained rats to do his bidding. They've swarmed the place in search of hidden villagers, and unless every last one of them is split from tail to snout, they're sure to find my friends. But you're not like the brutes inside those walls. No, you approached me with hand, not boot, outstretched. Perhaps you could help me. With these rats running about, it's only a matter of time before my friends are caught. They must be squashed, every last one of them. I've done my best so far, but there are simply too many for one set of claws to handle. With your help, though, with your help, it could be done. The rats gone, my friends safe.
I'll take my leave.
I can slip through these walls as I please, but you'll need to find your own way into the village. And remember, my friend, kill every last rat you find, or 3 dear souls will be lost.
Alright. Very dire. Right, let's see. Shovel, buckets. Not all that interested in most of the stuff here. Take that.
I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake.
Alright, and I need to remember that I gave you stuff to wear.
Baking like a cake.
Alright, that should be much better. You give more strength and initiative.
I spy 2 little eyes. All smack.
Alright, let's make sure there's nothing back here. Alright.
You there, Flatlander. Stay at your business.
I have orders from the conduit herself to speak to the leader of this village.
Come to play now the town's been taken, have you? Typical of you Flatlanders. Lucky for you, the goddess don't discriminate against cowards.
I'll let that slide for now.
Well, come quickly then. There's still townsfolk on the loose, and the chase has probably made them wild as cornered dogs. One might pop out of a bush and take an eye before you can shout your own name. Better you first check in with the higher-ups. You've got Jarl, the righteous leader of Weird the Mountain, and blood-stained Gratilda, queen dog of the giant toads. Trust me, you'll know her when you see her. Now scram, and make your introductions before word gets to them there's an intruder here.
Yeah, I'm not that fussed about getting there.
Someone leave an oven door open?
Right, looks like they all have Tenebrian weaponry.
What? Afraid to address your betters, are you?
I ain't afraid
Comrade, did you hear that? It sounds like these Immaculates are at odds with the local orc savages. We may be able to turn this to our advantage. I'll keep a sharp eye out for anything we could use to nudge these factions closer to chaos. If we can get them to destroy each other, we'll kill 2 birds without even having to pick up a stone. Nothing'd please me more than seeing Hunter's Edge cleared of the scum that destroyed it. I may not be able to undo the past, but together we can dole out justice for those who've suffered.
Indeed. Alright, so now that we're inside, fully remember how the
I could do with a cold drink.
stuff works with the Alright, so level 16. Can I just attack?
Tennyson dugongs, you nearly
I don't
started.
want to talk to you. I want to see about the rats.
I ain't afraid of a single frog skin.
They say humans and orcs don't get along, but I've seen a pair as thick as a troll's toe hair.
For now, Chief's orders. That other tusk's yours to keep in the meantime.
That's so. Jarl can't stand the thought of his old tribe getting ripped to shreds, can he?
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
Living in fear under the great Quintilda's boot.
Go on then, Frogskin. We'll see who'll end up beneath those boots.
Is that what you call blasting mosquitoes? Never a moment's peace with these filthy vermin buzzing in me. Oh, oh, brother, I've crossed me pests. 'Tweren't a tiny winged bloodsucker whining at me, but a tiny-footed one.
Tell me about yourself.
Brother, I think the human's asking me a question. Think I ought to tell the tiny pest who I am? Or ought I tell her I lost this horn in a scuffle with another ickle human? Maybe it was this one's brother. That pesky bugger might have got me on, but I've got something too. His wee head.
Half of imagination. You know what? I'll take it. I got money to spare. I need to test something real quick.
What do you think you're doing to that rat? We need those vermin to find our hidden villagers. Try it again, and you'll wish you hadn't.
These rats seem important to the Immaculates.
If we're going to exterminate them, we've got to find a better way to do it.
Waiting to be lured out at the slightest temptation.
Alright, so if we combine these with poison, we'd have some poison.
They're keeping the peace for now. Chief's orders. That other tusk's yours to keep in the meantime.
And
there are countless rats inside this hole, waiting to be lured out at the slightest
poison
temptation.
should be here.
Go on then, Frogskin. We'll see who'll end up beneath those boots.
Those thimbles on your toesies.
You dare not only to poison the golden goodness, but to feed it to my brave soldiers. Friend to filthy felines, are you? May the next cheese you find snap your neck in twain.
Who are you?
Any rodent with half a mind would recognize me by the diadem encircling my kingly head. I am the king of rats, of course. The ruler and leader of all rodent kind.
What are you doing in this village?
I, responsible for the welfare of each of my subjects, secure the wealth and glory of our kingdom by contracting certain occupations through which we obtain security, honor, and above all, cheese. A certain orc, the one who so erroneously calls himself Ratcatcher, has won our employment. He tells us what to find, and in exchange for a generous wheel of Gorgonber or Gouda, we oblige. I've nearly closed in on this particular target, a trio of stinking humans who I believe to be cowering in their cellar. but I've lost too many men to this bloodthirsty feline. I won't send more troops into the unknown until the beast is caught.
What do you know about the rat catcher?
Touched by madness he is. Imagine an orc believing he could train the god's most intelligent creature. I assure you, it is we who have trained him. We perform the tiniest of tasks, and he rewards us with delicious golden cheese.
Is that what you call those thimbles on your toesies?
Fancy stuff, but not really what I need. I'll take my leave.
Find me in the tavern cellar if you desire a second consultation. The smell of whiskey in there does so delight a king's senses.
Alright.
I ain't afraid of a single frog-skinned one of you.
Then why not stand up and face me, boy? One-on-one.
They're keeping the peace for now. Chief's orders. That other tusk's yours to keep in the meantime.
The rest of the lips with which they kiss.
I need to dry off.
It's your mother, Upsa. The humans the one talking.
Look here! Look at you! How I admire one whose head is lodged so firmly upon their shoulders, like a spire that rests upon the breadth of its foundations, one and indivisible. Not I, alas. I fare not so, for I may replace my battered cranium as jauntily as a wizard may his hat. Just consider some of these examples here before me. How I admire this one's kingly brow, that one's exquisite jaw, yonder one's deep-set sockets that held a warrior's eyes. Why make a permanent choice? Why not cater to the occasion as called for? I would, but for the question, where does the soul reside? And so I ask, where are you, O ephemeral soul? If in a tooth you may be pulled, if in an arm you may be broken, where are you, O delicate monstrosity?
This fountain has seen better days, hasn't it?
As have we all. Townsfolk would sit on these benches and talk about their day. Children would sprinkle water at one another and snigger.
You know, looking at this fountain, I do wonder, how many people did actually live in this place? That's a lot of skulls.
Now their mouths neither talk nor snigger any longer. And all that is sprinkled about is blood. Days pass me by no longer, only the dreams of what was, but can never be again.
Why is it so important to know what is in the body of the soul resides?
Surely you jest when you question this question's importance. Say I opt for that there fair-featured sovereign of a skull. What happens if another soul lies therein sequestered? If I play the part of the aforementioned wizard, and swap its rugged lineaments for the feeble ones that are my own, who shall I become? I, yes, who is I then? Were I sure that the soul houses within the chest, within one's little toe for all I care, I would fret not so. But the certainty I long for remains as impossible to find as one specific raindrop in the rain. You, oh, I beg of you, have you not the answer?
You needn't worry. Unlike our heads and our bodies, it is we and our souls that are one and indivisible.
You needn't worry. Unlike our heads and our bodies, it is we and our souls.
I concur. Pick a new skull if you want one. It's not going to change who you are in the least.
But of course, why was I so blind? The soul is not of the body, it is of the spirit. A new skull I shall have. but same person I'll remain. Oh, the agony of choice. I think I'll opt for the one with the kingly brow. What? Where in the blazes? The last I knew was an orc coming at me, with an axe. What's this, then? Who in the hells are you? And where am I? These aren't my bones. I was made of sterner stuff, make no mistake.
You switched skulls, remember?
Switched skulls? What do you want about, you loon? This is intolerable. I used to be an important man round these parts, you know. I demand respect. The mayor I was and the mayor I am still. Now leave me be. For I have important municipal matters to attend to.
Switching skulls did make him swap souls after all.
On the bright side, we seem to have answered one of the world's oldest questions.
Oops. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he doesn't miss being the other person. There's another rat hole over there.
The humans the one who took it.
Sodden all
Big
the
ugly
way to
brute
my
making
boot
me do
soles.
his dirty work. I bet his skull would make a lovely goblet for Jarl's mead.
See, against Dorkish
I haven't got a hole in my pocket, have I?
You smell the wounded heart.
I'm overheating here.
Right, the dainty thing like you can't handle a bit of must. Shall I alone?
One side. I ain't got time for chatting till I find the damn thing.
What thing do you mean?
The key to the armory, of course. Hasn't that frog-skinned oaf been roaring about from here to the warehouse?
I won't stand for it.
What do you know about the key to the armory?
Not a damn thing in all the 12 hills of hell. This idiot orc has no idea where he's lost the damn thing. So he's taken to blaming me, a passerby. It's just like an orc to save his own skin by flaying someone else.
That orc seems to be in a bit of a panic.
You'd be too if you'd misplaced something of Gratilda's. I once saw her skin her own foot soldier alive for mispronouncing All Mother. And he'd only done it after she'd knocked his teeth out for sneezing in her presence. What's worse is, the coward's blaming his troubles on me, only because I happened to be passing by when he noticed his armory key was missing. I'd tell him to piss off and be on my way, but he threatened to tell Gratilda it's me who stole it. Somehow, I doubt I'll get to tell my side of things before my head was shorn clear off.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment, I guess. Tell me about yourself.
What does that matter? Quit buzzing in my ear before I squash you like we did the rest of the pests in this blasted place.
You have nothing I care about.
That's the spirit. Yes, we gotta keep our hopes high.
Poisonous creature.
Look in every cranny now! Your mother won't like to hear a human's been thieving from an orc.
You know damn well I wouldn't touch anything of yours with a 10-hand pole.
So it was Johnston the key went missing just as you were waltzing through here?
Well, I guess nobody really minds if I take a brief look. Ocean bottle, yeah, sure.
I haven't got a hole in my pocket, have I? Well. Thought you could get away with it, did ya? Don't look so confused, Pinky. The armory key. Hand it over.
What are you doing here?
Painting my toenails pale lilac, of course. What does it look like, you ape? I'm hunting for a missing key. I'm the All-Mother's right hand. If there's something she needs done by someone she knows can do it, I'm the one she calls. This little key ordeal, don't change that.
Let's discuss this missing key of yours.
It's small, metal, fits in a keyhole. Help us look or shove off, will ya? I've got a
No.
Armory is missing.
Who could trust a
It
big
could prove
stupid
rather
oaf
worth
like
our
you with
time to
something like
find
that?
it.
Source hunter? Scavenger hunter?
I
For
say
better
you're
or
so
worse,
stupid
our
the
resumes
key
are
probably fell
growing.
from your pocket while you were squatting over the latrine.
Alright. Downcast dog. Alright, let's talk with you.
The dog looks up at you with misery-ridden eyes. Its tail doesn't wag, and when it tries to bark or speak, only silence reaches your ears.
Poor thing. Can't speak, can you?
The dog hangs its head, then looks north. Filled with fury, it barks noiselessly in the direction of the forest.
I haven't got a hole in my pocket, have I? Someone's there. You must be itching to lose your fingers if you dare disturb my camp, human.
What are you playing at, Toadskin? Watch how you address us, you betters. You did hear how Onless Gorag got his name after all.
Yeah, piss off then. Go and gab amongst yourselves like a pair of chickens, why don't ya?
I overheard you whispering together. You're in love, are you not?
What? That's disgusting. A tiny pink-fleshed human and an orc like myself? Why, I've got eyes for the great Gratilda alone.
Uli, we can't hide forever.
Hide what? You think this stranger knows anything about the two of us, old freak? I tell you now, that twerp don't know a thing.
Enough, Uli. Enough. Surely this stranger has no reason to put us in harm's way. We're all sworn immaculates here, are we not? There are certain secrets that perhaps we, beneath the goddess's eye, may share in good faith.
Tell me your story.
Well, first thing you have to understand, we orcs aren't made to love at all. Nah, we're born devoted to our queen, and to her we turn all our attentions. To seek fulfillment outside the queen's graces, well, it's a treason committed only once in a red moon among we orcs. And the penalties, a terrible death. When we first took the village, I couldn't tell Orfrig apart from the rest of the pink little ants scurrying about. A human was a human, as far as I was concerned.
As for me, Ulor stood out right away. The curve of his horns, his regal bearing. He was fascinating. I'd never seen an orc as anything but an enemy, but suddenly I couldn't keep my eyes off this great green brute. I suppose my staring was rather conspicuous.
You suppose? Oh, I thought you were aiming to slit my throat the way you were watching me.
I couldn't help myself. It was almost supernatural. But when Ulor marched over to me, club in hand, to address my strange behaviour, something happened.
Love at first sight, if you can believe it. I came over aiming for a fight, but all I found in Odfrig's eyes was, well, whatever it was, it hasn't left me since.
I'll take my leave. I need to think on that one.
Big ugly brute making me do his dirty work. I bet his skull would make a lovely goblet for Jarl's mead.
A lot of mysteries going on about.
Things, does she? We're waiting to fight the final battle. The time is nearly nigh.
Final battle, is it? Guaranteed to be plenty of dead after him.
Now, where's your best?
Ain't they a lovely sight up there, all in a row? Sang 'em up myself, I did. Each of the little darlings. A sweeter sight I could ask for.
You're the executioner here?
I never did much care for the turn myself. I'm more of a caretaker, you see. The world's a wild place, unpredictable at best. But here, upon these gallows, there's peace, calm. I keep the order, and my little ones stay in line.
By little ones, you mean condemned.
Condemned in this life, perhaps. But when they come to rest in my nooses, their sins are washed away. These aren't thieves and murderers and traitors, you see. After I've laid them to rest here, they're pure as angels. My little angels.
Did you perform all the executions yourself?
Most of them, yes. But that's far from my only order of business. Our great Queen Grachilda is no stranger at getting her claws bloody, and she'll not hesitate to pluck out a pair of eyes what look at her sideways. I handle all the dreaming dears when she's done with them all the same. Whether they're my little ones or hers makes no difference. I'm happy to bring them here to rest among me and mine.
Tell me more about these men and orcs.
It should be an honour. Where are we to start?
How about the man on the far left?
Paulie came first, the little rogue. A human he was, and Grachilda ordered him hanged while Jarl was out on the hunt. He was the first I got to tuck in myself since coming to this town. Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday. The fussy little dear didn't want to go to sleep. No. Kicked and screamed, he did. But he started to calm down a bit after I strung him up, as I knew he would. And soon, he was fast asleep.
Tell me about the second to the leftmost man.
Oh, my little Tierlo. He was a sweet one right from the start. A thief, I think he was in his last life. But he accepted what was to come easy as pie. The guards handed him to me, limp as a doll and shivering with fright. I strung him up nice and slow, so as not to worry the poor dear.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell what's going on in the executioner's mind. Think about that orc there, third from the left.
Good you mean? He was one of Grachilda's. After some impertinent question or other, I believe it was. Impertinent questions. A plague among we orcs they are, ending more death than horn rot these days. Well, Grachilda dispatched him, but it was I who collected the great heavy deer and strung him up here. Grachilda said he'd be a warning to the others, but I think he's a great addition to the family, to boot. He does look a lovely sort of pale green colour, don't he? Like a dusty ancient jade. Beautiful.
Nothing useful.
It doesn't take much to send Grachilda over the edge, does it?
What about
The greatest threat to the
skulks
Immaculate would be one of
neither
their
orc
own.
nor enlightened?
I could do with a
I'll
cold
bet
drink.
no one would even notice if it disappeared.
Now, I won't hear another word about it. Only the guilty come to these gallows.
You there, tell me, how's your vision? Any ailments in the liver or spleen? Lost ones are everywhere these days, after all.
Do you have small bone totem? I'm guessing you are responsible for any undead walking about?
I am a servant to the goddess, of course. One of the first among her enlightened in Revellon, and certainly the most devoted. I've scoured the region for unworthy souls, and am quite efficiently cleansing the land of lost ones great and small. How much better the lost serve her as bone automatons. My expertise as a necromancer is unmatched, you know. I've a success rate is nearing 99%.
What about the other 1%?
They end up with their brains a bit, well, scrambled. You can find such a fellow opining over skulls somewhere around here. One of my more harmless false steps, I think.
I'll take my leave. I don't think I can do anything about the skulls or the bodies here.
Time go.
I'm overheating here.
The market for some premium gear, are ya?
What sort of wares do you have?
Anything and everything left behind by vermin after we've exterminated them. And I must say, some of these roaches have mighty fine taste. The All-Mother chooses first from among the spoils, and the rest she grants to us to use or turn to profit.
Well, you do have a nice belt, but it's not really what I care about.
Grachilda doesn't tell you a thing, does she? We're waiting to fight the final battle. The time is nearly nigh.
Immunity to fear is kind of tempting, but... You don't have any spells that I care about all that much. You have a lot of money, though.
What is it that you so enjoy about death?
Well, some say death, but it's a second life, I think. A peaceful one, a quiet.
I get all the peace I need from serving the goddess. A life of peace, I say. Let the lost die that we may live.
I mean, we may as well fleece him for as much as I can.
What are you doing lingering around here anyway?
Clotilda doesn't tell you a thing, does she? We're waiting to fight the final battle. The time is nearly nigh.
By order of the Old Mother, huge discounts on magic
Alright, let's see. Who's blabbing about one over here? Nerd. Let's talk with Nerd.
Hey, you, stranger, over here. You look like you could use a leg up against the competition. Isn't that so?
Who are you exactly?
Nothing more than a humble trader, my lord. There's always plenty to go around after the raising of a village. I collect a bit of it and bring it to market. Tenebrium's awfully valuable after all. No reason wares of this caliber ought to rot in some coffer.
Whose coffer do you mean, Clotilda?
Why, my lord, I wouldn't dare steal from the Old Mother. A grave crime, that'd be. No. I simply pick from the loot she hasn't quite noticed yet. Doesn't miss 'em in the least. This I promise on my honour as an orc.
Let's see what you got.
With pleasure, my lord.
Alright, so a guide to elegant torture, volume 3. Well, I guess that might be important.
Just the one kind for
Alright, Tenebrium weaponry. That is a very powerful looking wand.
Let's get the ball rolling here. 5 coins.
You take the book.
What are you, a beggar? I'll add another 10 to the tally.
Yeah, no, this is not better. It's just interesting.
What are you doing lingering around here anyway?
With the Tenebrium hammer and all that.
Let's see that last
Yeah, it's not even better than my current wands.
That one's worth 10 coins for sure.
Damn it all to hell, I've
This
fold.
orc's been withholding loot from his so-called All-Mother. Interesting indeed.
Puppies out.
A bit of information well kept in our back pockets, I do believe.
You beat me.
Nice on the cards, that one.
Killing me so slowly, I wish it came with a knife.
My auger's flame kindles at your approach. In the market for some magical artifacts and scrolls, are you?
What sort of wares do you have?
Anything and everything left behind by vermin after we've exterminated them. And I must say, some of these roaches have mighty fine taste. The All-Mother chooses first from among the spoils, and the rest she grants to us to use or turn to profit.
And you trust so readily in the feeble hearts of foot soldiers.
Right, so Jahan does not know this spell.
Do not cross the sword clan of Chalaron.
I'll take it.
And howl about avenging the seventh moustache of Alfred.
The meteor strike we've already got. Rain of arrows. Don't I already have a book for that? No, I don't have that book. Dagger's Brawn is of no use to me. No, that's not better than we currently have. Big. I'll also take the hail attack. The Arwen, do you have a use for earthquake? You might. And then we just go and sell some more stuff that is of no real use to us. And these are all outdated.
What do you call that? Oh, man! Go on. Fine, I'll check this. Now, let's see what we have hiding under there. 6 of clubs. That one's worth 10 coins for sure. Even the old man. This is all.
Alright, we're doing some good business here.
Let's see those cards. I told you it was a mistake.
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
What a stupid thing to do.
I don't think I can learn this.
Best not to get on her bad side. You know that.
Let's check if I can learn anything else.
Go find yourself a sheep if you
Yes, we can.
A sheep? Nah. I'd rather have Gruntilda.
And
I wasn't so sure she'd back me yet. I'll have to indulge. I just got me wages.
that one I cannot learn.
Sparkly coin. Fellas? Look, I don't want drank all the best day.
I think, yeah, hail attack. Do we have a water skill book?
I'm back to me. I'm gonna call it, lads. Now for the
Yes, we do.
2 of clubs. Queen of diamonds.
What am I?
Finally,
Damn scullery, mate.
ace of bloody spades again. What was the minimum?
And that to Jahan.
I'll call and raise you another 5.
Let's wrap this up. Call.
Right, goddesses, sit some parched.
More skills always useful.
Now there's an idea with a ring to it.
Right, so you are
In from Silver Glen, Flatlander.
That
Ain't got the rot, have you?
coins for sure.
Too rich for my blood. I fold.
Call. Let's see those cards.
I'm overheating here.
Read 'em and weep, you amateurs.
and this is probably all stuff that I'm not allowed to touch.
You beat me.
Nice hand of cards, that one.
Come, let's have 'em.
Hey, keep your eyes off my cards, Flatlander.
You lot are interested in cards?
But why not? The looting's done. There ain't much work to go round. A hand or 2 takes the edge off. Grab a chair and we'll deal you in. If you ain't afraid to lose your boots, we play for keeps. Alongside the men? What a stupid thing to do.
Hey,
Here, keep your eyes up.
Hey! Keep your hands off my cat.
Right, so if I take a seat here, does that mean I
What
can...
have we here? New blood looking to place a bet, eh? But hold on. You're coming to our table with hardly any coin on you. Get lost, you pauper. This is it, you bunch of pansies. The cards are shuffled.
Oh, that's
Now,
BS. I know I've got plenty of coin, I just...
5 gold.
Good cards.
Yeah.
3 shiny ones.
I'm back to
don't
me.
have it on me.
Gonna call it, lads. Now for the flop. 2 of clubs. Queen of diamonds. Finally, ace of bloody back for more, are you? What do you say? Want to play a hand?
Don't mind if I do.
Then let's get it on.
Yay!
Well, look at that. Want to play another round?
No, I'm good.
Then why did you sit down in the first place? Get out of...
sit some parched.
Then shut your mouth and go get us some wine, why don't you?
That's just fun, I think. I'm not sure if doing more gambling is really of any use.
Well, by the boot soles of Burl Boonhammer, what have we here?
Another human in Hunter's Edge.
We are Immaculate, sent from
State your
Silverglen to
business,
assist you.
whelp.
Hail, Immaculate. By the sickle of Tyr Gutgouger, I'm glad to see another human face here in Hunter's Edge. Not yet another misshapen orcish snout.
If you fancy keeping that human face of yours, I wouldn't take my cues from the chief of the mountain apes. I may have sworn to refrain from carving my name across his back, But yours, I do believe, is free for the taking.
Regular ray of sunshine, ain't she? Don't let her manners fool you, though. Her disposition may be dark, but her wit is bright. Bright and devious. Believe me when I tell you that she's plotting against us as we speak, and would have long given the order to spill our blood if she wasn't leashed by the orders of the conduit herself. But by the shield of the Stormbringer, she'll not outfox the sworn brothers of Tanneroth. And I sincerely hope she won't outfox the likes of you either. You belong to the Silverglen tribe, I take it. Thought you were all holed up in Hyberheim, but it pleases me to see some of your number have come to Hunter's Edge. Yes, an outsider not as yet distrusted by the orcs is exactly what I need in the matter of the missing bloodstones and the matter of the wizard's house. But let's talk in my headquarters over yonder, for by the beard of the Bear Slayer there are too many green ears around here.
Alright. It's an easy way to earn someone's trust. Just be human.
What are you, a beggar? I'll add another 10 to the tally.
Well, what's this I've spotted?
Let's see that last bloody card.
Right, so we went in here.
Now, let's see what we have hiding under there. It's killing me so slowly.
Warm as dragon's breath.
Should I?
Yeah.
May your sword never sully, and your shield never shatter.
Right, who are you?
I am Jarl Woodokson, father among brothers, son among the mountains. Me and mine hail from the snow-capped heights of Tanneroth, the very thrones of the world. Our lives are devoted to the hunt. Every town and every city we find, we plunder and burn and put to the sword. Sacrifices are they all to the might of the mountains, tokens of reverence to the power of the peaks. Gods we have plenty, of war, of death and of victory. But now, a goddess we have too. Aye, we have seen the workings of Bloodstone, and loyal are we to she who unites in blood. By the teeth of Kiel Wolfjaw, as immaculate shall we rule the world.
What is your purpose here in Hunter's Edge?
The Conduit asked us to do what we do best. Invade and destroy. She set us on our way with a store of Starstones, ready to be charged and, once made into Bloodstones, sent to you folks in the mines of Luculla. We didn't know Grutilda's dogs had beat us there by a half day, but no matter. There were still plenty of strays to be caught and bled by the time we arrived. Now all that's left is finding a way into the wizard's house. The Conduit's looking for something inside. Now we're here waiting for further orders from the Conduit herself. She's gone into the Phantom Forest nearby, but we expect to hear from her shortly. I only hope we'll have the matter of the missing bloodstones sorted by then. I'll not have a soul saying we of the mountain failed to follow through.
Let's discuss the missing bloodstones.
The bloodstones are the reason we came here in the first place. The Conduit has need of starstones imbued with human blood, so she can create her Death Knights. Both the Brotherhood and the Orcs were given their share of stones, and we filled them to the brim with blood, then stored them for the Conduit to collect when she returns from Phantom Forest. Last night, though, someone raided this very building and disappeared with our stones. They were being guarded by Garrick Giantbane, a son of the mountain had in trust with my life. Grutilda says he ran off with the bloodstones, that he is a betrayer to the cause of Immaculates. But I know this to be untrue. The Orcs stole the stones. Of that I'm certain. Grutilda is hatching some plan, and we'll all be in dire straits indeed if it comes to fruition. Those stones make her powerful. Too powerful. We need them back. But every orc eyes us peak dwellers with suspicion. That is why I ask of you to find proof. Proof that it was an orc that did the deed. Once I have it, I have a reason to assault the orcs without risking the wrath of the conduit. She'll not stand for theft among Immaculates. So find me that proof, and we'll slaughter the orcs together.
About the orcs.
Let's see those. Well, that's no reason to keep ignoring. No, go screw yourself with a rusty mace, why don't
What's
you?
your opinion on the orcs?
The orcs? No, I respect their warlike nature, for it's like ours. I respect their lust for slaughter, for we share it with them. I respect their loyalty to their leader, for I am likewise respected by my brothers. But when push comes to shove, I'd flay them all, wear their skins, and never rest until the very last one of them lay at my feet with my broadaxe nestling in its belly. Why, you may ask? Why hate them when you and them are so alike? I hate them because we are alike. I hate them because I know ours is a hate they reciprocate with blazing fury. Like two dragons are we that must share a single lair. Can't be done. Sooner or later, talons will rise and fire burst forth until one is victorious and the other's flesh is used to celebrate the victory. So it is with the Sworn of Tanneroth, and so it is with the Orcs of the Wild. One day the battle must be. One day we will feast or be feasted upon.
Tell me about the leader of the orcs.
Gratilda is worshipped like a goddess by her troops, and she rules like a deity too. All-knowing, all-powerful and merciless. She's smart and ruthless. Truly an opponent to be feared. Exactly the kind of opponent I like. The Conduit was wise to go to the Orcs with promises of allegiance, for they are a force that few in Rivellon can withstand. But she also knows that the pact cannot last. She's well aware the Orcs will eventually go their own way, be they sworn Immaculates or not. She needn't fear them, of course. The Conduit is constructing an army of warriors even the Orcs behold with dread. But it is we brothers of the mountains that may have to bear the brunt of their onslaught when things go sour. Gratilda knows the pact was never meant to last. She understands she's being used as a battering ram, as a tool to breach the gates and clear the path to triumph, only to be discarded by its operators when the true prize is in sight. She knows, and she's plotting her revenge. I can see it in those feral eyes of hers. She's surrounded by her elite. She whispers poisonous orders in the ears of her vile rat herder. No, it's no coincidence all her bloodstones have gone missing. By the hammer of Fjord Alkmount, I just know she's planning a nightmare. For her dreams are our terrors to suffer. And with the Spinebreaker at her side, it's a terrible nightmare she's concocting.
You mentioned a rat herder?
Aye. An orc so vile it has taken rats for pets. They swarm about him like fleas do the rest of his kind, but even they eye him with disgust. Nevertheless, it's my belief that unlike the other males among the orcs, he's no fool. He's a spy, a discoverer of secrets. Right now he's looking for the lost wizard servants, and gods protect them if he finds them. We would merely kill him. That rat lover on the other hand. Where we go, death is the horror that looms behind us. Where he goes, death is a mercy always out of reach.
Who is this Spinebreaker you mentioned?
Gratilda's hulking horrible dog. Built like a brick house and with a mind as black as pitch. There's no indignity he wouldn't inflict on any man, woman, or child his mistress marked. Gratilda stores him above the tavern and sends him playthings one at a time. A sentence worse than death.
About the wizard.
I need a drink and a breather.
I'm gonna call it, lads.
Tell me about the wizard you mentioned.
I don't know much about him, to be frank, and I don't care to. The Conduit says he's in possession of an artifact she needs, which is why we've been trying to gain entry to his house. But by the boots of our lag troll tramper, the key hasn't been forged yet that will unfasten the magical seals that encase that bedeviled sorcerer's abode.
About servants?
The deal is this. When we attacked Hunter's Edge, we and the Orcs had the village completely surrounded to ensure no one could escape. The plan was a good one,
For only some blacksmith and his wife managed to flee after their little demon of a pet bit an orc's arm off. The wizard and his servants eluded us, but we know that the servants at least are still hiding somewhere around town. We need to find those damn people so they can tell us how to gain entry to the wizard's house. My men have been searching the village non-stop, and the orcs have put their rat herder on the job. But we also have some surviving villagers holed up down in the cellar. An orc torturer, courtesy of Grutilda, has been trying to find out where the servants are hiding, but has no finesse whatsoever, and almost instantly kills his victims. We've offered to do it for him, but Grutilda remains adamant he's the best of the best. Maybe you'd have better luck, though, if you're up for a spot of torture.
Let's see if you've got anything for sale. Nope.
I'm gonna call it, lads.
I'll take my leave.
This wizard must be Xandriel. Thankfully, these bloodthirsty brutes haven't found him yet.
Let's hope we catch up with him before they do.
Great grim gods, comrade. The spine breaker. Norok, he's called. He's the bleeding brute. The green-faced gargoyle who... I must face him. Face him and destroy him before he can claim another victim.
Alongside the men? What a stupid thing to do.
Hey, Conduit's orders. Best not to get on her bad side. You know that.
Yeah, but her orders...
When we meet this Norok, we'll make him pay for what he's done.
If you're so bloody hot and bothered.
A sheep? I'd rather have Tilda.
Yeah.
Why, comrade, well, I can't tell you how much with you by my side, I'll face the monster head on and make him pay for what he's done. It will be an honor. In the name of the Order.
Alright, let's hope that doesn't immediately start a fight if he ever moves into fight.
If I find
Well, what's
trouble
this
lad
I've
that did
spotted?
this, I'm feeding him his own nethers. You don't look like the rest of the Immaculates that pass through here. Which tribe did you say you were from?
So... we saw a blood trail go this way.
Let's shut your mouth and go get us some wine, why don't you?
Now there's an idea.
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
Right, the trail leads over here.
I've spotted something.
I've spotted something interesting.
Right, the trail is getting bigger.
I've spotted something.
Yes, right away, my good man.
What's this? I found something.
Yazok of mountain apes, hogs. Your kind not welcome. Go, or you will bleed.
Let's try to be diplomatic. Alright. Dang.
Silver Glen, brothers. Mad for that shoot, Silver Glen. I know not any Silver Glen.
So let's not start a fight just yet. I want to do a little bit more snooping around town. And what is this for building? Hudson and Charla's trading post. Ah. So I guess we know where Charla's from then.
Cheers. Though I wish there were other bombs that go up around here. If I find the orc tubber lad that did this, I'm feeding him his own netters.
Wouldn't have elected to make this home my dark little corner of the Phantom Forest, but far be it from me to argue with the conduit. At least I found myself a quiet little place to call my own. Quiet now that I've made use of its previous occupants, that is. Woman and her husband. I'll be for it all. All the better for me. Once they were dead, I found a lovely little spell to use on their corpses. An ancient immaculate incantation, a most useful one at that. So useful, in fact, that I've infused these very pages with its power. With it, I proved that even cold corpses could be turned towards a greater good. Conduit will be extremely pleased. This is exactly the sort of spell that she needs for its nuclear mines. The method is simple. A totem of bone serves as the anchor, the spell serves as the guide. A simple pentagram unites totem and spell to ensnare or release the selected souls. The souls of the deceased are trapped within the totem, and the fate of their corpses is guided by the spell. As long as the totem remains intact, their souls are caged and bound within this realm. This pair, Charla and Horton, as I recall, were infused with the will to trade. Creating an army of miners should be all the easier. I must have the priest within the mine to guard that totem well. I'll keep mine on my person, but in the wrong hands, the conduit's entire workforce could disappear.
Charla and Horton. Aren't those the skeleton traders we met? Charla in Sicile and Horton just outside this village.
If this is to be believed, their spirits are trapped in a dark priestess's totem.
Well, then I will not need these honey anymore. Oh, I'm gonna leave.
Cheers.
Ooh, bottle of swirling mud. Bottle of water.
Need a drink and a breather. Best not to get on her bad
Let's
side.
get all these
Another
jars.
one for the collection.
Painting a poster.
Yourself a sheep if you're so bloody hot and bothered.
A sheep? I'd rather have to kill it. And I'd do her too if I wasn't so sure she'd bite me head off after we're done.
I think there's still anything worth eating here.
Another piece of trash!
You cannot, you silly reptile. I haven't even asked a question. That is because there is nothing you can, or want, or
And apparently this bookcase is backwards.
What a deluge!
Sodden all the way to my boot soles.
Some of these books are the wrong way around, apparently. We can't reach. Get in here.
If I find the orc tubber lad that did this, I'm feeding him his own netters.
This feels excessive. through here. Well, maybe. I mean, this is where Cordelia does her evil work. Just a blank book. Another bottle of swirling mud.
Striking it rich!
Yeah, I don't think. He does have the totem for sale for some reason, I think. Right, what is on here exactly? Antique silver ring. Empty cup. Hello, Kakowicz. Welcome to the stream. Just exploring some basement in Hunter's Edge.
Baking like a cake.
Doing some snooping before we potentially go and do something nasty with orcs. And so this.
You there! The armory's off limits, you hear? Take another step and you'll be looking for your teeth at the end of a rainbow.
Y'all has asked me to investigate the matter of the stolen bloodstone.
Chief asked you to look into the matter, did he? Well, I can't say if you know your ass from your forehead, but if you've earned Jarl's trust, you've earned mine too. Go ahead and have a look. I fear there won't be much to find, though.
Potent heat.
This is taking bloody ages. I need a drink and a breather.
Sodden all the way to my boot soles.
Ooh. I was wondering if I find one of those. Alright, did we find everything in this village? Pretty much. Ooh, someone's little garden. Beetle in a haystack.
I'd never have judged a few grimy ground dwellers, and lost ones at that, to be worth all this fuss.
Chief knows what he knows. He says, find the cellar, so that's what we do.
Well, for all he knows, they could be knee-deep in forest muck miles away from here.
What? So that settles it. You really are big a buffoon as you look. No one gets into the Phantom Forest, brother. No one.
And the conduit? Chief says she's there as we speak.
That thick brain of yours is better suited for gruel than for thinking. Of course she's there. She's got the goddess within her. Come on, then. You've got a cellar to find. Your chatter won't scare it into the open, you know.
Yeah, not much
There's
hoping.
something behind here. Rubbish. I ain't a bleeding maid.
I need to dry off.
Hey, you already checked beneath these boards?
The orcs tore through this place like wild pigs.
There's nothing to find in this bleeding dump.
The thing won't budge.
Where could a gaggle of scared get to?
Hello again. Do you bring good news?
Scribble pages.
Alright. The rats all hail to a king of their own kind. He's the one ordering them to search the town for your friends.
Strange. I never knew those savages capable of even the most basic form of order. But this bodes well, does it not? Perhaps, if you can get rid of their king, the rats will stop their search. What's a body without a head, after all?
You ought to get out of here. The Rat King considers you his enemy and he's dangerous allies.
Leave? How can I leave my dearest friends behind? Who will protect them if not me?
Well, keep looking. We'll rip out every board if need be. Chief's orders.
Let's change the subject. Alright.
There's nothing to find in this bleeding
Right. So I have not yet found... Where is the inn? I guess that's over here somewhere? Let's see if we can find that rat catcher.
You there, tell me, how's your vision? Any ailments in the liver or spleen? Lost ones are everywhere these days, after all.
Right, you round girl. 2 cards for everyone.
What about that one? Look how it skulks around.
Discounts on magic balls. Boy, the old mother says
My kingdom for a dry shirt.
Tell her to stay in the warehouse.
To your health.
Tell the old mother you've a problem with her judgment if you feel so strongly about it. Any time you'd like that, wouldn't you? Been done it for my post since the beginning. Damn your post. You only got the right side because the old mother felt sorry for you.
Alright, that's Clotilda.
Naughty dog. Ought I call you all father now?
Better quit that blasphemy before she hears you.
Resk, you've got to the count of 1 to kneel before me. Freshen this.
Of course! Oh, mother, of course!
Hurry it up with a whistle. You fancy getting throat slit? Are you serious? That little family. I could have sworn that rat just winked at me.
To your health.
Oh, mother,
Of course, it'll be for a moment. Oh, a new immaculate face in town. What a pleasure to serve you. I've a deal running now. Double the whiskey for any and all who refrain from beating me from the neck up and the crotch down.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, I'm nobody at all. Just the old tavern keeper in this here village. Things have been busy since the orcs came, but I've never been one to complain too much. Well, especially with with my wife and kids gone, I prefer to keep my eye on the prize. Oh, whiskey, of course. No excruciatingly terrible memory a nice glass of the good stuff can't wash away.
What do you know about these orcs?
Oh, swell guys. Swollen as swell can be. I haven't a complaint in the world. Not in the wide world. Keep me busy, they do. Day and night. Night and day and night again. Oh, you might imagine me a wee bit utterly exhausted, but I wouldn't have it any other way. After all, the soul-crushing night terrors can't find you if you never sleep. That's my motto. Well, the scenery's certainly changed in recent weeks, I'll tell you that much. Used to be a quiet sort of place. Family folks, you know. Never had much trouble, and all the less because our little town played host to a source hunter and a powerful wizard both. Can't say why we were overcome so quickly. Can't say why so many of us were cut down over those shiny stones. An immaculate like you know better than me, I suppose. Yes, I suppose an immaculate just like you might have been the one who held my son's head back while Gratilda sliced his throat open, eh? Oh, but who's got time to think on the past? That way lies danger, I say. I only know that these orcs are a thirsty lot. It's my job to keep my head down and the whiskey flowing.
What do you know about the rat catcher?
Now there's a man apart from the rest, even among their kind. He's a strange sort. Nurses the same flagon of whiskey for an hour and sits in the corner by himself. Oh, but the lack of company don't keep him from making conversation. Always muttering beneath his sour breath he is, but arguing some point of his left hands against the better sense of the right. I tell you, someone like that's twice as terrifying as one of these big ornery brutes. At least you can see their clubs coming down in time to jump out the way.
Let's discuss the armory key.
What about it? I can't say I know a thing about the armory, but safe bringing the occasional flagon to the guards there. But I've delivered a drink from barracks to bridge in the course of my work.
Alright, let's try intimidating him. Bang.
Come now. No need to disturb the All-Mother with this little trifle. I'll tell you what I know, and it happens to be quite a lot. I did happen upon the key while I was making my rounds. I wasn't sure to what end the orcs were using that armory, so I thought it best to keep its keys safe and sound. It's in a locked chest in the cellar below this very tavern. The key to the chest is yours, but I beg you not to reveal my treachery. I've grown rather attached to my eyelids, after all.
Oh, that's certainly very useful. I'll take that book. Who knows when we can use that? I'm not seeing the bad person over here. Let's have a talking to Tilda.
Goodness, is supper already upon us? I'd hope for something with considerably less gristle, but I suppose you'll do.
You're the leader of the orcs, are you not?
Leader. A word that hardly suffices. I lead them as far as the head leads the body. They serve me and live in service to me. Have humans yet crafted a beverage that doesn't taste like pus? I am loved by them. I am craved by them. I choose from among them he who pleases me, and I destroy the rest. The orcs of this tribe are executors of my will, no more.
I understand you get first pick of the spoils of war.
Naturally. There are few finer pleasures than standing before the fruits of one's labor. A stack of gold, and goods to one side, and sopping sinews and bone to the other. Ah, divine. I've developed a particular affinity for tenebrium of late. The sheen of it rather pleases the eye. My boys know not to keep a shard of the stuff from me. Consider this your warning too.
What use have the orcs for this miserable town?
Miserable, you say? I quite like it. Save the altogether hideous pink apes infesting the place. But exterminating them was a rather titillating diversion, I must admit. The townsfolk here were no different from those in the north. The larger ones beg me to spare the smaller ones. The smaller ones bleat like lambs for the larger ones. Yet they each squeal just the same when you split their piggy skin from nose to navel. Yes, I dare say the wizard won't be so pleased with himself for evading us when he returns. His servants' entrails will be wreathed among his grapevines, and the rest of the villagers are already hacking away in the tenebrium mines. Undead drones bent in service to the conduit. Our conduit didn't describe every detail of her plan to her mold-eyed pets in the mines. Well, no matter. It hardly concerns you, unless you can break the enchantments protecting his house. But that's a matter of magic, not the erotic virtues of your mother's rot-rancid corpse. I doubt anyone from Silverglen will be of use.
The wizard's house is protected by powerful magic, it seems.
So it seems. But even the cleverest magician cannot conceal his tricks forever. The wizard may have fled, but he left a passel of servants behind. Servants I very much doubt will be immune to the charms of my screws and cleavers.
What can you tell me about the so-called spine breaker?
The deer has certainly earned his moniker. Norok is my best boy, the pinnacle of orcish devotion. His child's mind and brick-hard arms make him the perfect soldier. Whatever I say, Norok will do, and with a gleeful smile upon his simple face all the while. It would do you well not to cross me, whelp. For if I tire of dealing with you, I'll simply have you sent upstairs to the Spinebreaker. He knows just what to do with the toys Mummy Dearest sends him.
Yeah, let's discuss your orcs. Let's discuss the Ratcatcher.
Have had the pleasure of making his acquaintance. Careful. He was only just released from the hangman's cells. What was the case? Ah, yes. I believe he ordered his rats to chew out the tongues of every last infant within a Western Orcish tribe. An answer to some insult or other from the tribe's All-Mother. Or so I heard. He's dangerous, yes, and quite mad. But I'd trust him with my own neck. There's not an orc in Riverland that would dream of crossing Grutilda, no matter how mad.
I'll take my leave for now.
The mine.
What is it, monkey face? The All-Mother won't tolerate your distracting her right hand.
What can you tell me about your master, Clotilda?
She is the sun and the moon, the mother of all and the sister of none. We live in her
Right.
Ooh, the finest pork.
This badge better be stronger than the last.
Right, so where is this hatch to the basement? The lighting in here does not help make that very obvious. Some of these are marked as being the rat catcher, so
Sworn that rat just winked at me. I suppose you're just that ancient, are you?
there's nothing here. Right. What am I not seeing? Is the hatch outside? I mean, there's a rat hole. Oh, right. There's. Well, if no one wants to let me know, just take those potions and the gold. Well, it looks like they have whiskey for a long time with this setup. Yeah, I know there is, but let's not face the one called Spinebreaker just yet. But still, deal with. Where are the rats? Where is the rat leader? Ooh, Tenebrium stuff. That's a very fast thing. Alright, so that's somewhere I can only get to from Gratilda's office, I think. What am I not seeing? Ah, the Rat Palace. And so he's there. What if I drag one of the cheeses over there?
You again? Unless you've come to tell me you've turned the cat guts into fiddle strings, I've nothing more to say.
I met a cat who asked me to kill as many rats as I could find.
That must be the monster who's been slaughtering my men by the dozens. Coming night, I, His Rodent Highness, do make a request. Remove that beast from this town. Spare my men the claw and tooth. I'd consider you a true friend if you'd oblige me in this matter. And the loyalty of my friends never goes unrewarded.
What do you know about the rat catcher?
Touched by madness he is. Imagine an orc believe.
Alright. I know what he's asked of me. Where is the rat catcher? Should have bumped into him by now.
What a deluge.
Well, maybe he is upstairs. There's more than one room.
Little toys. Poor, quiet toys.
They didn't spare a soul.
None that couldn't serve them whiskey anyway.
Sit. 1, 2. Whee! Oh, hello, funny lady. 1, 2,
Hmm.
Murdered in their beds.
At least they didn't suffer. The villagers left to the Orc Queen suffered far worse fates.
Poor little toys. Poor, quiet toys. I'm just fine, Sir Man.
Alright,
Toasty! I've got my eye on you. Don't talk to the small boat, brother. It only makes it all the mother. Apart from this, you'll just. You think it was what took Gorig's all? And if I know, why are you so Matilda the Great?
Rejoice! The goddess has blessed us with more whiskey.
Did you think it was what took Gorig's all? Texts of every kind. Get them before they turn to my eye on you.
I'm tripping.
Small bones, brother. It only makes eating them all the less pleasant later.
5 gold. Good cards. 3 shiny ones.
Aching like a cake. Now for the block, even the old bastard. Queen of Dimes.
I prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
Is this one of them fancy scribble things? Yes, all mother, I'm saying. The human's the one who took it.
Right.
My kingdom for a dry
See
shirt!
that last bloody card.
Fine, I'll check too.
Potent arcane texts of every kind. Get them before they turn
Which
to
one of
ash.
you fellas is with it,
Second basement entrance?
Rains, but it pours, eh?
Just a rat hole over here. Not really an entrance, more a place I could put maybe some poisoned cheese if I wanted to.
Heave that sack of rot in time. You ought to enjoy this short.
Oh, there's the rat catcher. He's outside. Let's see if we can deal with him out here.
Even vermin leave behind a worthy scrap or two.
Well, well, well. What do we have here? Human reinforcements. No need for a supple young kitten like yourself here. My rats will find the villagers in no time at all.
Tell me about yourself.
Do you pretend not to know me, child? Surely you stare into my left eye each time you admire the full moon. But play coy if you will. The All-Mother called me here to find a certain tiny herd of sheep missing from her flock. The wolfish shepherd woman, she. I am world-renowned for my ability to search and to find. Why, you might ask, feigning ignorance so that you might hear more of my lilting voice.
Oh, please.
Rats, kitten. Rats are always the answer. There's no hole they won't find. No stench that can deter them. No, there is no hiding from a rat. And so there is no hiding from me. I raise them, train them, lead them. I am their king. And my subjects will find those hidden villages in no time at all.
Tell me about the old mother.
Our mother, yes. And we do suckle from the teat of her goodwill. No wonder so many of us starve.
Ooh, that sounds like treasonous talk there.
An iron fist in an iron glove is our Gratilda. She doesn't tolerate failure any more than I tolerate a spring nymph stealing glimpses of me during bath time. No,
Shira. I say, you'll get your fill at the God's Day Festival.
Tell me more about the hidden villages.
Lost lambs, yes, fleeing the slaughter. Naughty, naughty. I'll give them quite the spanking when my rats whisper to me where to find them. Yes, perhaps I'll get my fill of my own private punishments first and foremost.
Yeah, well... Yeah, I was kind of expecting him to be inside the tavern because there was talk of him drinking a lot of whiskey and all that, but...
The old mother believes those villagers, being the one-time servants of the wizard, will know how to find him. Or at least how to break the enchantments shielding his house. Wicked enchantments, are they?
What can you tell me about your rats?
Something must have startled them. Was it you, traitor? What did you tell them? I swear, I can explain!
Why are we seeking the wizard?
What? Do I look like his secretary? And even if I were, with my head in a tight little bun and my quill at the ready, the old mother doesn't share her every concern with me, you know. She whispers to her pillow at eventide, when only the feathers can hear her.
Right, he is mad as a bicycle.
I get all the peace I need from serving the goddess.
See how these rats labor. Even the lowliest beast bears a loyalty utterly unfound in the so-called higher species.
It isn't the high species you've got to worry about. It's these revolting orcs.
What are you doing lingering around here anyway?
By order of the old mother,
Waiting to fight the final battle. The time is nearly nigh.
Let's see those
Final battle to check these copies out.
Engaging any of the orcs directly in combat sounds like a good idea to get the whole event chain of unfolding.
Soaked to the skin. Member, at your service. What can I do for you, citizen?
How fares your village, Mayor Burton?
We've hit a bit of a rough patch, I'm afraid. Immigration's a real head-scratcher these days. Now, I don't discriminate against orcs, of course, but they are rather rowdy fellows with some very peculiar habits. And then there's the rate of crime. Shot up terribly recently, what with the mass slaughter that took place. You'd think that kind of thing only happens in the big city. But no, we have our fair share of urban problems here in Hunter's Edge. Busy days, but don't you worry. Mayor Burton's on the ball.
Still don't have anything I really care about.
Yes, your mother.
I prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
Plagues and rubbish. I ain't a bleeding maid.
Yeah, but we already kind of know what the Red King thinks of that.
Hey, you already checked beneath these boards. And it's red.
I don't think I missed any of the named ones.
I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake.
Just have all the necessary stuff.
I'll win this one. The goddess is with me.
Feeling hot under the collar?
Rest. You've got to the count of one to kneel before me.
It never rains but it pours, eh?
Right, there was also a chest down here or something that the innkeeper told us about that has the key. The armory.
Was Herschel trying to blow secrets? Well, we've got the key in any case. Now to return it to one worthy party or other.
Or have a look at that armory ourselves. I'll bet these soldiers keep a fine collection of equipment.
I think I like your pragmatics a bit more in that case. Let's see if we can indeed talk with the Rat King.
You again? Unless you've come to tell me you've turned a cat into touched by madness he is. Imagine an orc believing he could train the gods, most any rodent with half a mind. I respond a certain orc, the one who's so erroneous I've nearly closed in on this particular target.
Alright. Let's just see if we can shoot him.
How could that happen?
Red Chancellor, Red Prince. Where did the king go? And of course I'm in the door.
Suffer the splinters!
Oh, there he is. Alright. So storm, hail attack, but let's just try.
Your brave opens to welcome you. Shadow, dust, and gloom made me.
Your agony brings joy in my heart.
Right. That just cures poison. Not quite close enough. A lot of hit points for a rat.
Escape this disease! The rodent monarchy has fallen. That ought to solve the rat infestation.
And offer those villagers a bit of respite. But I doubt the rat catcher will take the news very well.
Meat, potatoes.
Warm as dragon's breath.
Right.
I've got my eye on you, Don't talk to small bones, brother. It only makes eating them all less pleasant later.
You aim
It's
so
heating
low,
up.
Ogma. Think of all the little dears you could have if you took matters into your own hands.
It never rains but it pours, eh?
Hello again. Do you bring good news?
Good news, I've killed the Rat King.
Ding dong, the king is dead. And I thank you from tail to whiskers for your help. There may be hope for my friends yet. If you would, my friend, you could find them and help them escape now that those pointy-faced beasts won't be on the alert. Their hiding place is enchanted, you see. Crafted by the wizard himself to hide those he held dear. They've concealed themselves in a cellar outside their home, the hatch of which you'll find beneath a great black boulder. Once you've destroyed the boulder, search in the beehives behind the wizard's house for the key.
I'll take my leave. Alright, that'll certainly make things easier.
There's something behind here.
Well, at least now that we know that the servants will be safe for a bit, I kind of want to explore outside of town for a bit.
The orcs tore through this place like wild pigs.
What a deluge!
I'm overheating here.
I am warm as fresh apple pie.
My, you're still alive. Way to beat the odds, Wanderer.
I don't think that's better than... it's slightly better, I guess. Not for that price, though. I mean, the overall resistance is probably... yeah, no. And rope-wise... I mean, you could do with a better rope. Yeah, this one probably is worth it. Due to lower the amount of stuff I need to pay.
Baking like a cake.
I need to dry off.
With that, still need to find some better braces for you, but admittedly I have not been paying attention to that. Let's let you combine you with this so I can make better potions.
This wall could really do with a lick of paint. That gets so ugly when it dries.
And make some milk and honey.
Just what that deviant of an orc was looking for.
Just because I can. I don't know if there's a time limit for finding stuff. Village? Well, I think I already know that knowledge, but another book for the collection. Cave. Forlorn Tunnel. Oh, did it? Well, it's a good thing it finally got around to it. Hmm. Let's bring Nick out. I think he likes being in this place. Ooh, that's level 18. Level 17. Fireball.
Balance from 3 sets of bow!
Darkness.
Nice.
Stay back, my friend.
And these can't be diseased.
Face the unending darkness.
Return to battle, forgotten knight.
Pretty as the stage, though not half so bloody.
That's a lot of poison. And he's too far away. Yes, we taunted the mushrooms.
And reap the whirlwind.
I really would like you to drink a potion though.
Back on my feet again.
These are not so tough, but
Your enemies are my prey, Source Hunter.
just save your points then. That healed him, so let's not do that.
awaits you.
That, What was that all about? Seems that both those strikes healed that Night King.
Well, it smells like an infected foot, but we've cleared the last of the mushrooms.
I'm sure the bats won't mind.
Well, I guess we can go and explore now.
I'm getting better already.
Poison consumes me!
I'm growing too accustomed to the sight of corpses.
If we do our job, these will be among the last we find.
Hopefully. Alright, so what do we actually see? Mountain Warrior. So, possibly this was an escape hatch for some of the people in the village? Let's get rid of all this poison. Probably for the best if we clear out this tunnel. We might need it later.
I prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
Alright. Nothing much over here then. But we are getting up there with the experience, so that's nice. Let's see if we can find some other trouble to engage with.
What have you got stashed in here, Mrs. Cottontail?
Alright. I think this is just as fine a place as to call it for today. Thank you all for coming by. Hope you enjoyed it. Should be able to continue this next time, I think. Made some decent progress, but today was mostly story focused rather than combat focused. Quite a small bit of combat at the start and near the end here now. So hopefully next time we'll be able to get Hunter's Edge cleared and for me to figure out what the heck I should do with that bone totem. Anyways, see you all next time, and have a good weekend. Bye.